I was born and raised in Iowa and met my husband Walter at a wedding.
Hit it off really well, kind of did a long distance thing for a short period, and then she moved out here. Eventually we got married. In 2001 we started talking about having a child, and she got pregnant, and at the 20-week ultrasound is when we found out there was a heart defect.
I remember going home from that OB appointment heartbroken. You go from being excited because you got to see pictures and hear heartbeats to just devastated that you're gonna have something you're gonna have to deal with.
We didn't have a lot of detail at that time as to what was going on. We had best case, worst case.
We made the initial diagnosis, I think, at that visit, and I think we added some other details at a visit or two more, all before she was born.
We'd had several appointments while she was in utero, but it was echoes through my stomach into her, which is really difficult to tell what's really going on, what the true defect is. We knew the right side of her heart didn't develop. We just didn't know what that it would entail until she came out and they were able to get inside her actual organs. They took her for a heart catheter, I think the day after she was born. Dr. Womack came back in after her heart catheter and basically said, you know, all the things we discussed prior to her being born, she was kind of our worst case scenario. I think the options at the time were to maybe do this series of surgeries or a heart transplant. So we chose this series of surgeries. It was hard to watch, hard to see her. Of course, she's all got tubes everywhere and the vent in her, and just heartbreaking to see your poor baby go through that. But we knew that we needed to have that done for her to survive. We came home and she was pretty lethargic, didn't really feel good, didn't really want to eat. Her scar down the middle of her chest kind of was oozy. And so they immediately checked her back into the hospital. Unfortunately, underneath her incision where they had done the surgery, they placed a patch to try and prevent some scar tissue, and that got loaded with staph infection. So we had a really long stay. We were there over a month. For a good part of the time, we couldn't leave our room with staph infection. You couldn't do anything. She was absolutely miserable. It was awful. We recovered, finally recovered. Really no limitations. We took a baby aspirin every day, but we had nothing that we had to do. I mean, she then moved on, played like a normal kid, went to school like a normal kid, did all the things she was supposed to do. So we'd gotten through the worst of it.
The family was nice enough to send me some videos of her playing softball, which I used to demonstrate to other families that I met. Don't despair in this situation. Looky here. Look at this gal. This could be your gal.
I'm very proud of her every day. I don't tell her that a lot. Love her. I love watching her grow, seeing the things that she's accomplishing. She's such a smart kid.
And we have a beautiful, healthy little girl. Well, not even little anymore. Beautiful, healthy teenager. Thank you to Dr. Womack and St. Luke's.
I'm in 11th grade, so junior year, hard year. I play softball. Just love being there on a team, just playing, just running and hitting. It's just the best. It's the best feeling ever. I want to go to college. I think it's a great idea. I want to be an epidemiologist, which is they study diseases and they try and cure them. I kind of want to work for the CDC.
She continues to show where the bar is, which is no different than any other kid, no different than any other person. Do everything you can, try everything. Sky's the limit.